Welcome to the OMG Spot. This is your host, Jennifer McGee. And today I'm doing something a little bit different. I usually talk about the sensitive topics of our industry, but today I am joined by my niece, Annika Oaks, all the way from Illinois. She's joined me, and it's just kind of like a get to know your host. Some people have questions for me. They want to know about my life, my background. So this is kind of she's going to be asking me questions, but you're also going to be learning about her. She's an amazing woman. And so I'm anxious for you to meet another member of my family. You've met my husband on another episode. And so now you get to meet my niece. And so thank you for coming. We've had a blast while she's in Houston. We were at the dodgeball tournament last night. It was her first industry event and first dodgeball tournament, and she absolutely loved it. So thank you, everyone who was so welcoming. We took a lot of pictures, which will be out on social media. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Annika. Like Aunt Jen said, I'm from Illinois. I currently work at a university in Illinois, kind of near the St. Louis area.
And you work at my alma mater. So
Yes.
I was a grad from Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. So my mascot was a cougar. So I was a cougar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you're still the Cougars.
I'm still a cougar.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So yeah, I'm working there right now. I'm married to my wonderful husband, and we have a cat and a dog that we take a lot of pride in. And yeah, we just, we enjoy life, and we love to just be out and about. And like, this is totally new for me, but really in my element.
I could tell last night, like you were
Yeah.
having a blast.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Taking it all in.
Yeah, I was like totally in my element in the dodgeball tournament, like the competitiveness in me. Like I wanted to be out there playing dodgeball. And I'm like, I'm not fit for dodgeball anymore.
So you played basketball and volleyball
Yes.
at your university. It was D3, but let me tell you, she's a little scrapper. I watched her growing up playing basketball. She gets mean on the court. She is very competitive. Even in board games, she will get competitive. You ever
Yes.
put her and my son against each other? Watch out, because they're like it'll come to a bloodbath. So
Yes, I'm very competitive. Like sometimes it can kind of be a crutch a little bit. Like we have banned Monopoly in our household. We cannot play Monopoly together or with anyone else. Like if we're all playing.
yeah, neither can Isaac. Isaac
Yeah.
can't play Monopoly.
No.
And so you played what was your major in college?
I majored in undergrad in biology.
Which is what, again, everyone that knows me, I majored in biology as well.
Yes.
And then you went on, you got your master's.
Yes, I got my first master's through SIUE,
Okay.
where I work now, in higher education.
And what do you do there?
I'm currently an academic advisor. So for first year students, so I work in the first year and transitional office. So any transfer students come to us, and freshmen, incoming freshmen.
And is that what you want to stay doing? Like, what's your goals? Like,
I don't really know what
That's
my
okay.
goals are. I just finished my second master's. Well, my second and third, it was a joint program. So through that, I earned my MBA and MPH, which is public health.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't know really what long term looks like for me. Things have shifted in life lately. So
Well, the thing is I mean, I got my master's. Like, I never would have thought I would end up in the oil and gas industry whenever I was working on my biology degree.
Right.
So who knows? Like, I didn't even get into the industry till I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
You never know where life's going to take you.
Right.
But that's part of the adventure, and you're going to do great at whatever you do. Now, growing up, for all the folks listening, just have to ring. What do you remember of good old Aunt Jen?
Well, you moved away when I was about 7.
Yeah. So when she was growing up, my family and I relocated for my husband's work to Oklahoma. So there was a lot of those years from you were 7, we moved back in 15.
Mm-hmm.
That I kind of missed out on. I was there as much as I could. I'd see you on holidays and things like that. But there are a few years missing in there.
Yeah.
So,
I was always so excited when you were coming to town.
oh,
Like, my Aunt Jen is like my favorite person. I'm gonna get emotional. What in the world? It's like my
You're not
favorite
emotional
person ever.
either.
I'm not an emotional person, but she's like my favorite person ever. Like, seriously, I just love you so much, and I've always just looked up to you and everything. But like when you were coming to town, I would like cancel everything, like all my not that I had a lot of plans, but I would like work around practices or whatever to be able to come and see you. Like I was just always so excited.
I always loved looking at the pictures when you came to visit me in Oklahoma and we went to the lake and you're on the tube with the boys and all of
Yes.
that. I love that.
That's, like, one of my favorite memories,
It
too.
is. And the
Yeah.
boys talk about it still.
Yeah, that was fun. We should do that again.
We need to do that again.
Yeah.
One of the things that a lot of people don't know, unless you really know me, is that my sister, Annika's mom, who was pretty much my best friend, passed away in '08. And
Mhm.
Annika, you were
I was 9.
9.
Yep.
I couldn't remember if you were like 8 or 9, but it's right after you turned 9.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that's a big piece of your life.
Mhm.
And I wish had already moved. I wish I could have been there more for you. But your dad did a great job.
Yeah. My dad's
So
awesome.
he is. He's great. He did a great job raising you. Um, and I do remember one conversation with your mom at one point
Mhm.
because she battled cancer for a while, and I was in town and I was bringing her home from an appointment. And I'll never forget her saying something like, because she was writing you cards
Mhm.
for like for like your graduation and your birthdays, and I remember she said, Jennifer, if I plan for the worst, it won't happen. And so,
Mhm.
like on your wedding day.
No, here wow. Neither one of us are really
We're
emotional.
not. But getting to talk about her,
I
um,
didn't think I was gonna get emotional either.
I didn't either. We were even laughing about it. We were talking
I
about it.
know.
But she was an amazing person, and I remember on your wedding day, I think you got a card
Mhm.
because she had prepared all that. So anyway, um, she was amazing. I know you know that. Your dad did an amazing job,
Mhm.
um, and you turned out absolutely fabulous. I don't know how you could have
Well,
turned out
thank
any
you.
better, unless you were living
Thanks.
by me. But
Right.
but
Unless
now
we were
we
living
are
together.
back in St. Louis.
Yeah.
We do hang out.
We do. Yes.
So let's go to some of our fun times recently. And we can go back to some of those crazy memories. But I recently we just went to a concert and we went to go see good old Gretchen Wilson, and your mom was a Gretchen Wilson fan.
Mhm. Which is why I'm a Gretchen Wilson
And I
fan.
never heard the story. So tell the story about what she used to sing in the car.
Okay, so anytime Gretchen Wilson's Redneck Woman would come on the radio, my mom would sing it, and when it got to the part where Gretchen, says "Hell yeah," my mom would turn down the radio and she would sing "Bell yeah," so that I didn't hear her
She didn't
say
want to see
that.
the cuss word.
Yes, because she didn't want me to hear the cuss words, and so I just remember being in my car seat, and I can tell you exactly where we were one of the first times she did it. We were by Walgreens in my hometown,
Uh,
and she did that, and probably until I was, like, in high school, I literally thought the words of the song said "Bells Yeah," or, like, "Bell Yeah."
you should sing that last night.
I
She did
should've.
karaoke last night. She did Red Red Woman. She tore the house down. It was great. And you did fabulous with that. And so we went to go see Gretchen Wilson. It
Mhm.
got rained out at the fair, and we didn't get to see her. But hopefully in October, she's going to be in Oklahoma at a casino, so we're going to go see her. But we also are going to see Joe D
Dombrowski, yeah.
in Chicago, a comedian. Just
Yeah.
me and her in a couple weeks, and we're like super excited. So we're
Yes, I'm
starting
so
to do
excited
more
for that.
together. And
Mhm.
mainly it's just about time.
Right.
And again, you guys have heard me talk. One thing I've realized is I have to start making time for people and things that are important
Mhm.
because I have missed out on a lot of things with my kids and just for work travel and things like that. So we're
Mhm.
doing more, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm
I
excited.
don't know how our husbands are about it, but we are having fun. Now, we have a few questions to ask each other. So these are just kind of random questions we're going to throw in, like a get to know you.
Uh-huh.
So I'll let you go first and ask me a question.
Okay. Mine are pretty
And these are
silly.
just like totally like random questions.
Mhm.
Has nothing to do with work or anything.
Okay. So my first question for you is, if you were a ghost, who would you haunt?
Hmm. Let's see. Mm. There's so many. I'm just kidding. Um, it would probably be there was a girl in church, and I'm not going to say her name, and you know who it is.
Uh-huh.
She was a mean girl, and they did not like me. They were mean to me. They would try to exclude things from me. And this even affected me to where I didn't want to go to church after I got married for the longest time because
Mhm.
my family was very religious growing up. And every time the church doors were open, we were there.
Mhm.
Sunday night, Sunday morning, Wednesday night. If we had a youth group for a different night, we were there. And they were mean.
Mhm.
And my parents still made me go, even though I didn't want to go. And to this day, I would haunt her and terrorize her if I could. And that's horrible. Don't judge me. Um, I think she's since moved away,
Mhm.
but she's definitely at the top of my list just because of just her mean girl attitude.
Mhm.
You should know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Well, and it even got so bad that I started dating a guy and she liked the boy. I don't even know if you know this story.
I don't
She
know if I
liked
do
the
either.
boy. She went to our pastor and said I stole her boyfriend. And the pastor called me and my dad in
I've never heard this story.
because I shouldn't have been dating the boy because that was her boyfriend. And the pastor tried to intervene on her behalf.
Really?
Yes. And you know what? You know my dad. He can get feisty.
He can get
He
feisty.
got a
That's
little
where we get it
feisty.
from, I think.
He got a little feisty. And he said, "No." He's like, You can't do that. If she wants to date him, she can date him."
Mhm.
And but then what she started doing was I had a curfew. So she would invite a bunch of the boys from the church over to her house to hang out after my curfew.
Hmm.
So but God had better plans because I ended up meeting my husband years later and it worked out way for the best.
Yeah.
So, okay. My question for you, if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, we were talking about this last
Yeah.
night, and I listed, like, probably 3. If I could
You
wrap
said it
them
was
all in.
3.
Yeah.
You picked through 3.
Well, my 3 that I I mean, it changes by the day, I think. But one of them was teleporting,
Cool.
mind reading, which I think you maybe convinced me not to have
I
that
said I
one.
don't want to like mind reading because I don't want to know what people think of me.
Yeah.
Like smile at me and act like you like me and you can be cussing me out in your head,
Yeah.
but I don't want to hear that. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I would always be walking around in a bad mood.
Yeah. And then my 3rd one was if I could be invisible. I think teleporting, because there's just so much of the world that I wanna see.
I feel like I was invisible. I could see things a lot of things I don't want to see.
Yeah, that too.
It was scarred in my brain.
For another
Yeah.
podcast.
I think I said I would like to be able to maybe it was a
Yes.
stop time and if I could do stop time and teleport,
Yeah.
that'd be the best.
If you could combine the 2 of them.
Although I forgot to ask you, who would you haunt if you could?
Um, hmm. I
I could think of one that I hunt for you.
Yeah. Probably that's the top of my list.
Yeah. So there's an individual, and we shall not name his name, that you were playing basketball, and he was starting to like get girls to come up against you on the opposing team.
Mhm.
And I came up there, I think, for that game. I think I drove like 2 hours to be there. I
Mhm.
was like, nah, on my watch. I mean, I can only do so much because I'm far away. Not that I could have done anything at the time, but
Right.
I was like, just,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was
Anyway.
Yeah, I would definitely. There's some mean girls too, like some people that I played
Mhm.
sports with growing up in school, and
Yeah.
I would haunt them,
Hmm.
and I'd give it right back.
I know exactly.
I would give it right
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
No remorse.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one. If you could be a master of any instrument, what would it be?
Hmm. It'd be the piano or the harmonica. I would like to learn how to play the harmonica,
Those are 2 very different instruments.
but I couldn't play the harmonica because of my lip flip. Because I can't even suck on a straw right now.
Yeah, we were sitting at lunch,
I was
and
at
she's
lunch.
like,
I
"I'm
was like,
not drooling. I'm not."
I was. Anyway, if you've ever had a lip flip, you can relate and you know what I'm talking about. So I'd have to give up my lip flips to play the harmonica, but I would like the piano.
Yeah.
I just think it's like cool to be able to like sit down at a piano at a hotel or whatever, just be able to like knock it out.
Very, like, elegant,
Yeah.
fairy vibes, kind
Yeah,
of.
I was at a conference one time and there was a girl that was presenting and she was so good and it was about using your passion for purpose.
Mhm.
And she played the piano and it was just amazing. But then she started turning into like classical with like a beat and she
Oh,
like cuz she loved playing in a drum line. And so then like and it was just so cool how she did that.
that
So I
is
think it'd
cool.
be the piano. What about you? Okay.
Um,
Wait, you gotta tell the saxophone story,
Okay.
which I did not know this story till last night.
So when I was in 7th grade, that was when you could enter band, or maybe it was 6th grade
Yeah.
at our school. And my dad told me, you have to play an instrument. At one point, he said, I don't really care what it is, but I'm going to make you play an instrument. And I said, okay. I don't really want to be in the band. It was not something that I wanted to do. And
That's a
then
cool club.
yeah, and then he changed a little bit and he was like, you know what? You're going to play the saxophone. And his reasoning was because if I grew up and I wasn't able to get a job, that I could go stand outside of Busch Stadium in St. Louis before the Cardinals played with a bucket and play the saxophone to make money.
If you've ever been to pretty much any Major League Baseball game and in St. Louis, like, you'll see, like, the homeless people playing the saxophones or the buckets or
The bucket,
whatever.
yeah, the
Yeah.
bucket
I could
drums.
have joined you with my harmonica.
Oh, we could have had a
We
band.
could have.
Dang it.
Oh, man. Jeff, that is why you were a great dad. You were preparing her for her future, just in case, the backup plan.
Just in case. Just stand out there and just play
Yeah.
my saxophone.
But if you could have picked, what would it be?
Um, Probably the violin.
Oh, I like that.
I love the violin.
Huh.
I've always wanted to learn how to play the violin or the guitar because I just feel like it's so universal. You can pretty much, like, once you know how to play the guitar, you can pretty much play any kind of guitar.
Yeah. You remind me of like a jewel. Like just kind of like a few vibes. Yeah. If you could go back to any age in life, what age would it be? And live for a year.
Only a year?
Only a year.
I don't know. That's a hard one for me.
You aged it really quick last night.
Yeah, but that was like forever. We didn't put it only a year on there.
Okay, for them forever. We'll change it to forever.
I would say probably 21 because that in my life that was like right before COVID hit. So, life hadn't really changed. You can pretty much you can do everything. You can get into all the places. You can
Mm-hmm.
get Airbnbs. You can, do all
Yeah.
the things. So, probably 21. If it were only for a year though, I think I would go back to like my childhood, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like I don't remember much before I was 9.
Yeah.
So just to like live a year in that and so I could kind of soak in all those
Mhm.
memories.
Like really get to know your
Yeah.
mom on a different level.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I can see that. I think I would go back to where I looked young without spending a lot of money, which is horrible to say. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't know if I would really go back. I'm kind of like loving what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I would go back and change some decisions, but if only if it was short term.
Yeah.
I don't think I would go back to a certain age.
Where the decision
Yeah.
would make an impact on or
Hmm.
change the outcome of what
I,
it is today.
I don't know if I would go back.
Yeah.
Maybe just to save money, but anyway.
Freeze time.
Yeah, freeze time, freeze my face. Um, so I don't know if I told you this, but I still have dreams where your mom comes and talks to me, which is really weird. I'm not crazy people. Yeah. Every
Really?
once in a while, it's like she'll come back and it's like she's never even left.
Huh.
And I'll be
That's
like,
kind of
wait,
crazy.
it is. Yeah,
And you have very real dreams.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like prophetic dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom and my grandmother, Cadle, are the only two that I ever have dreams about that come back to me.
Hmm.
And they'll be sitting down and it's like we're in today in that we talk about like you or we talked about you growing up at one point. Like it's like she's gone and this stuff happened after she was gone, but she's talking about it to me.
Huh.
People are gonna really think I'm crazy, but just my mind anyway.
Huh.
So
That's neat though.
it is, yeah. Maybe she came back to haunt me. Maybe that was
If
maybe that
Mom,
was
if
it.
you had to haunt anybody,
Yeah, yeah.
she came back to haunt you for sure.
Yeah, she probably did. I don't know if you want to get into this, but lately you've had a couple of health scares.
Yeah.
We won't go into much of that, but you're doing fabulous.
I feel great.
You've knocked it out. Like I think we were really worried as we should have been, but man, you like You took
Yeah.
it on and you
Yeah, since COVID, I have had a couple things, and that kinda shook up my life a little bit
yeah.
because I've always been very healthy.
And you're
I
athletic and you
Yeah,
are healthy, yeah.
yeah, and so, when I turned right after I got married, we hadn't even been married a year yet, um, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and I was kinda dealing with that, and then this past February, I started having some scares with, TIAs and strokes, and we didn't really know what was going on, and come to find out, I had what was called moya-moya disease, which is super rare, and as I've kind of dealt with that, they recommended surgery on one side of my brain. So
Mhm.
I, went through that 7, 8-hour surgery in May. I feel great.
Yeah. Well,
It's
in
been
fact, was it 1 or 2 weeks that you were at Isaac's wedding?
um,
It was like 10 days.
it was about 10 days
10 days.
after.
So to give you an idea, like, she literally had brain surgery, and 10 days later, my oldest son got married, and she was at the wedding tearing up the dance floor. Her husband, who is a nurse, he was, like, watching her, making sure she's like, "I'm fine, I'm still dancing," like, cause she hadn't been out of the house in what, like, 10 days?
Yeah, I hadn't left. Well, I was in the hospital for 3 or 4 days.
Mhm.
Came home and I literally hadn't left the
And
house.
you really weren't able to do anything, so that was,
Mm-mm.
like, your first life
I
time
slept a
living.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, this is awesome."
She stayed until the dance floor closed, everybody, like, she was there the
Yes.
whole time. I didn't even think you were gonna make it.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I kept saying, "Oh, I don't know,
Yeah.
don't count on me being there."
Yeah.
But when I woke up that morning, I was like, "You know what? I feel really good." It's like, "We should
Mhm.
go."
Yeah.
I slept a lot the day before to prepare myself and get ready and so that I would
I'm
feel
so
good.
glad you made it. The
It was
boys still
fun.
talk about that, you dancing, and the pictures, I don't know if you've seen the pictures, the videos.
Uh-uh.
Oh, they're fantastic. I'll show you later.
I'm scared.
So, yeah, if you ever need anyone to tear up a dance floor with or karaoke,
Yes.
give Annika a
I'll
call.
shut the dance floor down,
Mhm.
always.
Yep. I think at one point you guys were doing the line around, do you remember that?
Yeah,
And we did a conga line last night, didn't
we
we?
did.
Annika was the front of the conga
I don't
line.
know how I ended up the front of the conga
I
line.
think I think Morgan grabbed you and, like, put you out in
Yeah.
front. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. We had a good time.
What are your hobbies?
Oh, um, I have to think about it. I just recently started chunky blanket making
Okay.
while
Do
I was
tell.
stuck in the house. Yeah. Um, I've made probably 4 or 5 blankets by this point. That's what everybody's getting for Christmas.
Okay.
So, I have enjoyed that. It has, kind of slowed me down a little bit when I
Mhm.
wasn't able to do much, kept me busy.
Mhm.
But now it's kind of nice because I can go back and I can make a blanket and just like sit there and relax and not have
Mhm.
to worry about anything else. But outside of that, we play a lot of rec sports. Oh, and I haven't really been able to do that in the last couple months.
So you usually play sand volleyball, and you haven't
Hmm.
been able to do that?
No, haven't
Mm.
played any sand volleyball. We're about to start kickball back up. We play in a kickball league.
That's fun.
Yeah, so I'm about to start that again for the first time in a couple months.
Okay.
I'm excited for that.
Jake will be watching over you, like,
Yeah. Please don't get hit in the head.
yeah, that'd be really bad.
Yeah.
Well, when I asked her to go to dodgeball, he was like, "She's not playing," and I was like, "I know that. I wouldn't let her play."
I would have loved to have played
Yeah.
though. That would have been so much fun. But yeah, he's been very well. The other day he said we were kind of sitting there and he looked at me and he was like, I'm really bored. Like, well, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't mean to,
Well, now winter's, like, starting. I mean, we're in August and it's hot, but pretty soon it's gonna be fall and then
Mhm.
winter.
Yeah.
And then winter, I mean, we really don't do at least I don't tend to do a lot during the winter. Is there very many sports during the winter?
Yeah. You can play a lot of sports during the winter. You can get in darts leagues or bowling,
I do like
indoor volleyball.
okay.
We one time played in an indoor basketball co-ed league.
Okay.
We won't do that. Well, I won't be doing that again. I have officially since retired.
Yes,
The
you
last
retired.
time I got my nose broken was it for me.
Yeah.
But our group that we play with still does that. And
Okay. I like the darts because
yeah.
I think I could do that because I don't have to be in shape. But we do have a darts tournament. So you'll have to come down for
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Like
That'd
I
be
think in
fun.
St. Louis we have the Flight Club,
Okay.
and that's like at the bar with the darts.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go there sometime.
Yeah. I've never been there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to go there.
Yeah, I've not been to the one in St. Louis, but I've been to the one here in Houston.
Oh,
So yeah.
okay.
Okay. Questions. Question
Let's
time.
Okay, I'll ask you a question. Um, okay, what is something this one's a little more serious.
Okay.
What is something you wish you'd have appreciated more when you were younger?
Hmm. Probably just like the mundane things. I like with my grandparents, people that have since gone.
Mhm.
Like remember those key moments, like the last time that grandma made her pot roast, or the last time grandpa made his meatloaf. Um, the la- the last time me and your sister went swimming at your house. I mean, me and your mom was swimming at the house. Just again, the things that we take for granted in everyday life,
Mhm.
taking your kids to school, making them breakfast, or putting them to bed. You never know the last time you're going to read your kid a story because
Mhm.
then they're not into it anymore. So
Right.
I wish I would have appreciated those smaller moments
Mhm.
because I think those are the ones that matter the most that we.
I just think it's so easy to get caught up in
Hmm.
just your everyday life and things that really in the moment they matter, but
Hmm.
big picture they really don't.
Yeah. Like I remember I was putting Levi to bed at one time. Levi was my youngest, and this is actually why I got out of teaching. I was putting him to bed. He was probably about 4, 3, 4 maybe. And I was putting him to bed one night and he's like, "Mommy, can you read me a story?" And I was like, "Oh, I wish I could, but I have to." And he finished it. He said, "You have to go grade papers." And I was like, "You know what? That can wait." And I realized at that moment, like, there's so many things, like, we're in such a rush because we have to get things done. And what did those papers matter to sit? They
Mhm.
could have sat. And the other thing was, in teaching, there's no like real merit pay. Everyone gets paid the same.
Right.
So I was teaching, AP physics and chemistry and all of that.
Mhm.
But yet the PE teacher was making more than me because he had more tenure than me.
Right.
And like, what am I doing? I want to be paid based upon how hard I work.
Mhm.
I want it to be something that I can achieve that's in my control.
Right.
And if I have to take time away from my family, I want it to be worthwhile to give them a better life.
Right.
And that's kind of why I've got out of teaching. And it was such a sad moment. I don't even know if my youngest remembers it, but that was a turning point for me. Now, later on, I did get kind of wrapped up in work to where I was gone all the time, and I had missed out on those moments.
Mhm.
But at that time when he was young, I tried to change things up a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, the small moments. That's kind of I feel what matters.
Yeah.
And it goes by so quick.
Mhm.
What about you?
Time flies. I think probably the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just the small moments.
Yeah. I do know, like, the summer before your mom passed,
Mhm.
you guys love amusement parks. You guys
Yeah.
always have loved amusement
Yeah.
parks.
We're amusement park junkies.
And you
Roller
guys
coaster junkies to be specific.
yes, and you guys jump from park to park and
Yeah.
spent the summer pretty much going to all of these amusement parks, trying to
Mhm.
make memories
Yep.
because we knew it was coming.
Mhm.
And, yeah, I don't know how much you remember of that summer.
That was one of my favorite vacations ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I wish I would have been tall enough to ride the rides. But my
yeah.
dad did try. I
Oh, I
mean,
know what we did, and we're not proud. So I used to go with them, and we would stuff Kleenexes in the bottom of your shoes to try to
Mhm.
make you taller.
Yep.
That was not a smart move for us, and I do not recommend that because that's not safe. But it was always like she was just like a couple inches too short, and we just wanted to get you a
Mhm.
little bit taller.
Folded up
We
Kleenexes
did.
or napkins,
Mm-hmm.
shove them in my shoes, and I try to shove my foot in there and lace them
Yeah.
really tight.
Yeah. And then you
It
have to
almost got
stand in
us in
line.
trouble a
Yeah.
few times.
Yes. Yeah. And then I always remember like your dance pageants.
Yeah.
You in those fancy little
I
dresses.
know. I just don't. Looking back, I can't believe that I ever I'm not really girly girl like that.
Yeah. And I wasn't either. I was always a tomboy.
Yeah.
Um, I think your mom liked doing, like, your hair and getting your outfits and things
Yeah,
like
she
that.
liked that.
She liked your having
And I hated it.
I
I
remember.
hated the costumes because they were itchy. I
Mhm,
hated getting my hair done. I was like, this is not, I didn't want to wear the lipstick.
mhm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I remember one of the costumes, like, gave me a huge rash
I
all
do. I
over,
remember that.
and I was like, "I hate this. I don't wanna do this
Yeah.
anymore."
You had a very strong will to you.
Stubborn.
I was trying to be nice. But you
I'm
get
so
it honestly
stubborn.
from your mom and dad.
Yeah.
So there's no way to avoid it.
No, and you're very stubborn.
I do not know what you were talking about. What? We're just that we're have a strong will.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very determined to get our
Sure.
way.
Yeah. Here we go. Question for you. Give me a time when you were growing up that you had like a strong disagreement with someone,
Okay.
and how did you handle it? Do you wish you would have handled it differently? I think we all have those moments, but could have been a relative, a friend.
Yeah, I think that even in my today life and when I have, like, very strong disagreements, um, looking back, I would, change things that I did, do them differently.
Mhm.
I just get I'm very fiery. So
Scrappy is what I call
so
you. Yeah.
when I am having a disagreement, sometimes, especially when I was younger, I was just more so focused on winning because of that
Mhm.
competitiveness. Um, and looking back, I would definitely, do that differently. Now I kind of am able to step back and look at the bigger picture.
I'm very much like that. Like I typically used to be very reactive.
Mhm.
Like I used to like what came off the top of my head and I would just say it and just very like if something happened in the office, like I would react. I would, you know, get angry or whatever, say what was on my mind. Now I would take a step back and I know I can't act out of emotion. I have
Mhm.
to control that. And so I may not say anything for like a day or two if that's possible. Sometimes you're in a meeting and you have to.
Right.
And then I will calmly say and rehearse what I'm going to say in my mind
Mhm.
to make it very much more pointed and impactful.
Yeah. If I'm able to sit with it, I'll sit with it
Yeah.
for a little bit. But sometimes I do, I am more reactive.
Hmm.
And I think as I've gotten older and more work
Now is Jake
experience.
like more reactive or is he like
No, he's not.
he's like steps back?
He is very analytic. He
Uh-huh.
likes to really evaluate the situation.
I can see that about him.
And he's really quiet. I'm
Mhm.
pretty loud. Like, I'm a loud person,
Yeah.
and if something gets me worked up, I'm gonna let you know. Like,
Mhm.
and I'm loud about it.
Yeah.
Jake is the opposite. He doesn't yell. He won't raise his voice very rarely, and when he does, I'm like, "Whoa,
You crossed the line.
what's going
We
on?
gotta look at
Hold
this.
on, let me reel it back a little."
Yeah.
So he does. He's really good at like evaluating the situation. He evaluates everything. He's I read every word of the instruction manual kind of guy.
Okay.
I am not.
He's just like, let's just start together and see what
Yeah, I'm like,
happens.
yeah, it'll work out. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Have you ever put together IKEA furniture together?
Yeah,
How did that go?
I let him do his thing. The first couple times we did it, I was like, oh no, like I'll do it. I got it. And he's in there, looking over my. Well, that's not what the instruction says. What? Why doesn't
I would say, in essence, I'm a little bit like Jake.
why don't these instructions have words? It's
Yeah.
always his thing.
Just
He
pictures.
just pictures. Well, this doesn't look like it should be like, and he's
Uh,
trying to. And I'm like, I think this goes here. Let's just try it and see. Well, no, we have to make sure that that's where it goes.
oh, that's funny.
So he's very he analyzes everything
Yeah.
very deeply. I remember I'll never forget the first year. So him and his dad and his brother do a big. They go on a fishing trip every year,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just to the lake near our house. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like it's far, but they rent a cabin and they stay there. And the first year that they did it, Jake spent like this, I don't know, probably 6 months before creating a document
Mm-hmm.
on a lake where the fish spawn, where's the best place to go, what's the best time of year to go, what kind of bait do you need to have, what's the temperature of the water need to be for the fish to spawn, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The document was 28 pages long.
Okay, so I'm a lot like that. I'm sorry. That is such
That's
a word
very
different.
different, yeah.
Like, when I take, like, the family on a trip or, like, because 'cause we're getting ready to go on a trip to Washington, D.C., and I, like, research the best part of town, like, how are we gonna get from here to there? Like, I'll look
Mhm.
at the transport, like, the metro system. I'm gonna look at the best times to visit the monuments. I lay that all out, and then I have, like, an itinerary. That's if we're going to if I'm going to the beach, there's no
Yeah.
itinerary except for me being on the beach. But if I'm going to a place where we have a lot of things to see and it's exciting,
Mhm.
I will analyze it.
Yeah.
Like, we were even talking about going on a trip to the Caribbean, which we do have planned, and I was like, "Okay, is it hurricane season? How's the seaweed down there? Is that an issue?" Like, all of these different
Are they shoveling it off the beach?
Yes. Is it safe? Like, what should we go like, so I do
Mhm.
a little bit of that, but no, I love that.
I'm
But you
more of a, "Let's just get there and see what happens,"
yeah.
kind of
But what
person.
if you had to buy tickets ahead of time?
Well, then I guess I'll look
Like
at
with
it.
DC or
Yeah, that's true.
'cause I took Ronnie to New York and, like, we went up in the Statue of Liberty, and you have to get those, like, crown tickets, like, way
Mhm.
early, and so I tried to do it all that
Well,
way.
if there's, like, things I know, then
But you
I
don't
would.
research it, so how do you know?
I I watch TikTok videos.
Okay. Yeah, that's how, but no, so I'm with Jake
You're
on
like
that.
that though too. Yeah.
So, if you could only eat one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chinese.
Chinese
Mhm.
food?
I
Really?
love Chinese. It's my favorite food.
What Chinese food? Like, is there a certain thing?
New China in Bethalto, Illinois. Is my favorite. Shout out.
I'm not getting any advertisement money here, but what do you get there?
Chicken lo mein
Okay.
and just either General Tso's chicken or orange chicken. I mean, I'll eat any Chinese food.
Okay.
Crab rangoon, but it has to be a specific, like the sweet crab rangoon, less crab, more cream cheese.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I love China. I could eat it every day.
Does Jake like Chinese?
Not really. I usually have to do some convincing a couple days prior.
Yeah.
I'll have to say, like, on a Monday, man, Chinese sounds really good. And then I'll have to say it again on Wednesday to get it, like, on Friday.
There you go. Dropping those nuggets.
Yeah.
And
I've
then there
wanted Chinese all week.
and then we had that power of persuasion, so that always helps
Yes.
to get our
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Not manipulation, it's just persuasion.
We make deals sometimes. Like,
Okay.
if I'm able to get Chinese food tonight, I'll let you pick wherever you wanna eat tomorrow night.
Okay. Ronnie's just like, what sounds good? And I'm like, I don't know. You pick. Well, you're the picky one. Where do you want to go? Ronnie's just
We
kind
go
of,
back and forth like that too.
yeah.
Because usually I'll say I want Chinese. Jake's like, "I don't want that." Like, "Well, I just asked you what you wanted."
Mm-hmm. You can
What
stop
would
at
you
two
eat?
places.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what he's on, yeah.
Yeah. He really likes Chipotle, and I like Chipotle too.
Uh-huh.
But he'll like, I'll want a burger or something, and he wants Chipotle. So we'll go get the burger and then, go through the drive-thru.
So with how different you guys are, not with just food, but like with the instructions. So you've been doing a lot of house remodeling
Mhm.
past few years.
Mhm.
How has that worked out for you?
We've learned a lot about each other.
I bet.
Yeah. I've had to do a lot of compromising, which, I mean, really, I was an only child, so
Mhm.
I didn't necessarily have to compromise.
Yeah.
And he's the youngest of 3 boys.
Yeah.
So he kind of was just always told, like, this is what's gonna happen. Um, but yeah, we've had to do some compromising, and usually we agree on things.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of found like a common style.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just cleaned up Levi's house, my youngest, in Kansas,
Yeah,
and put it
that's
on the
right.
market.
Uh-huh.
If we had to build a house together, I don't know if we'd make it. Like it was sometimes we'd go to the separate parts of the house. You work over here and I'll work over here.
Uh-huh. We just
But
admitted. Give me a second. Oh.
I think also it's because we've been together for so long and we know each
Yeah.
other. Like it's just we just know when to win and just go to our separate corner.
Right.
So
Yeah. We definitely had to do that a few times too.
yeah.
And I'm a very let me just figure it out. Like I'll just figure it out.
Hmm.
I don't necessarily I mean, sometimes I need the instructions, but not always. I can pretty much, it's should be like this, this is how it
Hmm.
should go together. And Jake's like, "Well, we didn't read the instructions," back to that kind of thing. So, that's kind of where we found our differences.
Are you an ask for directions or find it out yourself?
Find out myself.
I do that. Jake asks for directions.
Um, I actually don't know. He always pulls up Apple Maps
Okay.
anywhere we go. Like sometimes he'll still even put it in the GPS for it to go to work,
Right.
just so he
Yeah.
has his GPS on the screen.
Well, we do that just because you never know when you're gonna run into traffic,
Right.
so it can reroute you.
Right.
But yeah, Ronnie, he's always asking for directions. And he's like, we could have been there 2 minutes ago if you would have just asked him for directions. That's what he'll tell me when I don't ask. But
Well, that's another thing that we have in common is we're both sometimes fashionably late.
Fashionably late.
Yeah.
Well, you do know, like, that people who are late live longer. That's what I've heard, so that's what I'm sticking with.
Oh,
Because
really?
we're less stressed.
Oh, that's yeah. I
We
didn't
just
think about it that way.
yeah, I guess, like,
I
if
don't know if
you're
I'm less
if you're
stressed.
always worried that you're gonna be late,
Mhm.
or if people being late gives you anxiety, like, there's all that anxiety, like, then your stress level and your health and, like, all of that, like but if you're rude like us and you kinda show up fashionably late, we're just kind of a free spirit.
Yeah.
We just we just,
Well, that's another thing that I liked about you whenever I was younger too,
but
is
I was
that
always later just like a free
no, just
spirit.
like a free spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll all work out.
Yeah. Just I heard grandma call it a few times gen time. We're running on gen time.
Yeah. It is Gen time. Gen time. And that's not the drink. That's my time, Gen time. And then my family, like the boys and Ronnie will call it, I live in Jenniferville,
Mhm.
which is like our own little world where there's
Well,
no
and your Levi did too when he was
well,
little. We called it Levi Land.
Levi Land. So there was Jenniferville and it was next to Levi Land because he's just like me. Now, when he played college football, he did pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we've mentioned that neither one of us are big criers.
Okay.
It's almost like I think a fault to myself that I don't get into my emotions that much.
Mhm.
So we were talking about your mom earlier,
Mhm.
my lovely sister, and we kind of skipped past that because we were getting emotional. So we are like, let's just
No,
shut
and we
that down.
don't. Right.
Yeah, like let's not talk about it because then we don't get emotional.
Uh-huh.
But we've laughed a little bit. Get back into it a little bit now,
Okay.
and see how long we last before we change the subject again.
Okay.
Um, so I wasn't around like after your mom passed.
Mhm.
Um, And I'm curious because I don't even know the answer.
Okay.
How did that affect you, one, growing up,
Mhm.
and then also kind of like now that you're married, not having her around? Like how did that? Can you imagine how it would have been different, or what?
Um,
What are some key things that like you're man? I wish my mom was here.
honestly, in the little things, like not even so much the big things,
Mm-hmm.
like the volleyball games.
Yeah.
Here I go again. Um, no, like the volleyball games, the high school events.
Yeah.
You know, my relationships in high school, like through those
Mm-hmm.
things, not necessarily even the big things. Obviously, my wedding day and like,
Yeah.
things like that. But I think I have a really unique perspective. I always joke that my life could be a Hallmark movie.
Yeah. True. True.
That's like, when people ask me about my childhood or whatever, I'm like, oh, well, you wouldn't even believe
Yeah.
this. So just like it's given me a really unique perspective on also relationship building too.
Yeah.
Like I think I have um a really I guess easier time building relationships with different people from different backgrounds
Mm-hmm.
because of my background and because of the things that I've experienced in life. Um and I have two stepbrothers that are adopted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that also gives me again a unique perspective to build relationships with people who don't have the same background as me.
Mm-hmm.
Um and also to kind of see things through other people's eyes. And it's given I've just been able to build a lot of relationships that I probably wouldn't have been able to build not going through what I've been through.
Right. And I can only imagine, like, somebody asking you at school, "Hey, what's your mom's number?" Or
Yeah.
things like that, and having to explain. And I've actually been aware of that, like, because you never know somebody's family situation. So I've always
Right.
been very careful. Like, you know, the boys would always like tell me, like, if there was a mom or dad in the home, or
Right.
just, and, but you do have a great stepmother.
Yes, I do.
So, and she was there, I don't even know, maybe about 4 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after.
Well, we've always been
Yeah,
she's always been a part of our lives
right.
and I've always known her so it was somebody that I was comfortable with
Yeah.
and that made it helpful too.
Yeah. And I know she did a lot for you, like, she'd take you to games and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Your dad was there too.
Yeah.
Your dad was good. And also, I just appreciate, like, your dad. I know in some families, like, if a parent would have passed away, I can imagine, like, your dad just saying, "You know what? We're not gonna be involved with the family anymore,"
Right.
and not allowing you that time to still be with the family. But, I mean, he still made sure you were there at holidays.
Hmm.
I mean,
Every
Grandma
holiday.
Cato used to come over and take care of you when you're not feeling well,
Yep.
and
I would go to.
she take you to the dentist appointments,
Yep.
like,
She took me
everything.
to doctor's appointments, dentist
Yeah.
appointments. When I would go over there when I was sick,
Huh?
Grandpa would. I hate wearing socks. I
I know.
still to this day I hate wearing socks.
Me too.
If
We
I
don't
could,
even have socks
yeah.
on now.
If I could be barefoot for the rest of my life, that I would choose to be barefoot. I
Mhm.
don't like socks or shoes. And he used to always tell me that if I didn't put socks on, I was gonna be more sick.
Yeah.
And he would duct tape socks to my feet, or you guys would bribe me to like, I'll give you $1 if you keep your socks on.
Yeah.
We also did that with finding like passies.
Yes.
You guys would always bribe me if you find the passy, I'll give you $1.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was my dad, was great in allowing me to still be
Yeah.
involved in everything. And
Yeah. And he would always let us know, like, when your games were
yeah.
and things like that so that we could attend.
Yeah.
So I think
And
that
I
was
even remember grandma taking me in high school. I played for an AAU basketball team, and
Mhm.
she took me to, I think it was Kansas City one weekend, because my dad wasn't able to take me. So she drove me out there, stayed in the hotel with
Wow.
me, and drove some of my teammates around.
Although I'm surprised he trusted her after she left you in a cab in Chicago. I did not know this story, and we were talking
Until recently,
until
right?
recently. And I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
but there's a funnier story part of this too, is because when I was growing up, so my mom, her grandma, they left me at a Pizza Hut. My parents had a country music band, and they did a lot of traveling with that. And so after they would get done performing, all the band would like go out to eat in their families. I fell asleep in the booth behind them. They get up to leave, and the waitress chases them out the door, saying to ask them if somebody left a child. And so my
And it was
parents
you.
literally left me at Pizza Hut. I was probably maybe 4 or 5. But now I find out my mom, I love you if you're listening. She's the best.
She is.
She left Annika a cab in Chicago. So tell
Yep.
us a story.
So we had gone up. We rode the train up to Chicago. I think my mom had like a teachers conference or something like that.
Mhm.
And so I guess we just decided to go with her. And we were kind of exploring while she was at conference meetings and presentations and everything. And I don't even remember where we were going, but the cab had picked us up and eventually pulled over to let us out. And I guess I was trying to crawl out her side, the side grandma was getting out
Mm.
on, and she shut the door. And the cab driver started to drive away. And he didn't speak English. I think I was probably 6 years old. And I was trying to get him to stop, and then all of a sudden I looked back and it was like a movie scene. Grandma's running after the cab. It's
I can
like-
picture it in my head.
and thankfully he stopped and I got out. He realized I was still back there.
Yeah.
And then we ended up walking, I think like 20 something blocks, at least minimum.
She
To
didn't want to get in
wherever
the
we were
cab or
where I guess. And then I wrote my young author's book on it in grade school that year, and I titled it My Trip to the Windy City, and the front cover page you had to draw your own. My front cover page was a picture of a taxi with me in the window.
only you.
Like, yeah. I
Wait,
think I was waving.
do you still
I need to
have
see-
that?
I think so. I need to see if I can find it
Oh,
somewhere.
that's funny. No, I did not know about that story.
Yeah.
So,
So we all
well, so we were
joked
both
about that.
left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think if I remember correctly, I think she had told me, "Don't say anything to your mom about this." And we were meeting her, I think, to go to dinner. And pretty sure that's the first thing I told her.
Absolutely.
Mama
I
left
could
me in a
I could
cab.
bet that.
Mama left me in a cab today, and I don't remember what her reaction was, but I would pay to go back in time and see that
Yeah.
reaction on her face.
I can imagine your mom, because she was a Spitfire too.
Yeah.
So this was your first industry event.
Yes.
Speaking of having fun now, what did you think?
I
What was your
know-
first impression?
I had a lot of fun. I think the first thing I said to you was, "This is awesome. I am like totally in my element." But it kind of also let me learn more about like what you're doing and kind of what you do for a living.
Yeah.
And so that was cool because I hear you talk about it, but I've never experienced it.
Right.
So that I was able to do that was
Yeah,
I
and you
had a
got to
lot of
meet a
fun.
lot of my friends in the industry.
Yes, I'm
Well,
so sorry if I ever see you again and I don't remember your
it
names.
was like overload.
It
It was
was.
overload.
It was.
What surprised you the most?
I think just how friendly everyone was and how
Mhm.
willing to talk to me even they were,
Yeah.
knowing that I'm not in the industry, but still willing to have conversation with me,
Mhm.
just banter.
Of course.
But what is it like for you to, be going to these events and doing this all the time?
Like I said earlier, like, I never would have thought my life would have gotten me here. Like,
Mhm.
who would have thought when I was, like, teaching Spanish in Woodruff, Illinois, that eventually I would be in oil and gas, been in it over
Mhm.
15 years now, is that right? And that I would had to start a podcast.
Mhm.
Like, when I set out to, like, kinda make my career, I never imagined that they talk about, like, branding yourself or, like, intentionally networking and building your brand. I never did that intentionally.
Right.
It was just kind of who I was, and I just, like and I always say I enjoy meeting people, learning about them, where they're from, their families, like, all the information, and I never took that as I was trying to build my reputation. I was always just being me, and I think it just happened naturally for me.
Mhm.
So I'm blessed in that your personality is very much like mine, and that we're just people connectors.
Yeah. We like people.
We like people,
Mhm.
we establish good relationships with people, and it just flows naturally.
Mhm.
Um, so that's probably one of the things that has just surprised me in where my career has led.
Right.
And the best is hopefully is yet to come.
Mhm.
I was really surprised that early in my career when I was out in the field, it was intimidating. You're young female out in the field, and I thought I was gonna be judged really, like, harshly, and treated. And, I was teased a little bit, but in a fun way that meant that they
Mhm.
liked me.
Right.
But I think it was because I was also just very interested in what I was learning.
Right.
And so I don't know how many of, like, the older gentlemen and even the younger ones, they would take the time to talk to me to teach me the industry because I was interested. And so I was surprised by just really how nice people were, and if you ask questions, they would more than happily tell you information
Right.
or bring you into a conversation.
Mhm.
There wasn't that competitiveness even it seemed to be between people. It
Right.
was just all of like, "Let's just work as a team to figure this out," which I think is
Mhm.
the way it should be. So that surprised me. And then I think those are the 2 things. One is where my career has led and how much I have learned in those 15 years and how grateful I am for all those people who spent
Mhm.
the time with me and didn't judge me. They would sit down and work with me.
Yeah.
And other industries may have been maybe very similar, but
Mhm.
I didn't expect that in oil and gas where, you watch the TV shows and everyone like the old Dallas show, which you have no
Right.
idea what that is, but um
I don't.
no,
I
I
won't
know.
lie.
What did we say last night that you didn't know what I meant?
Gumby?
Gumby. We were talking about oh, yeah. So what was your childhood nickname?
Um,
That brings us the question.
my childhood nickname, everybody's always called me AO
Uh-huh.
because before I got married, my initials were
AO.
AO. In high school, my senior year, maybe towards the end of my junior year into my senior year, people started calling me Spud, like the basketball player,
Okay.
because I was little.
Little. Short and little but feisty. You were underestimated. She was the meanest one on the court.
Uh, I was a pincher.
How many
I
times
like to sneaky pinch.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're getting a little too close. Let me pinch you.
But nobody caught you because you were so small and you were
Mhm.
you were unsuspecting.
Yeah. I was kind of, I had to do things to hold my own.
Yeah.
I threw some bows,
Uh-huh.
probably more times than not.
I think you lost more skin on the court.
Yes.
Just
I
scrapping
was
on the
always
floor.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even in volleyball, always on the
Yeah.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she asked me because I said, "Well, my nickname in middle school was Gumby," and I was like, "You
Yeah.
have no idea what who that is?" And she's like, "No, I don't."
I laughed. Try to play it off.
Yeah, I was like, "She has no clue." And the reason it's called Gumby is because I played volleyball and I was like always on the floor stretching and um. So if you don't know who Gumby is, you need to look it up. But it looks like a celery stick that's made of rubber. That's and sometimes it has a headband on, I think, but you can like stretch it and it's
I need to
green.
look up. I need to look.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that last night and I forgot.
Well, it's because we were doing karaoke
Yeah.
till midnight, but no, you didn't know who Dallas is. That was like had the oil tycoons, and they were mean and they were always fighting and trying to kill each other.
Mhm.
But
Hmm.
that's what I imagined, or like kind of like what the land van is now, which they didn't have that back then, obviously. But kind of just like the mean, the rough, rugged.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit unsuspecting.
Okay.
And, Ronnie, he kind of warned me when I got into the industry just about different things. And so I had that in my head too.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I have a couple more questions
Okay,
for
okay.
you. Kind of going back to maybe what life was like with my mom
Mm-hmm.
for you. So, what was she like to you, or what did she mean to you as a big sister?
I would consider her my best friend. Um, we were so much alike. I mean, we looked alike,
Yeah.
which is I think why everyone says I look that we look
That we
alike.
look alike. Yeah.
Is because me and your mom look so much alike.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to what she would have looked like now and how we
Yeah.
would have
Me too.
compared. Um,
She would have a lip flip.
she would have like gone all in, probably had a facelift by now. Like she would have.
Probably.
She'd be like, forget just a lip flip. But she was bougie.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
We like the finer things in life.
finer things in life. She was like that. Um, of course, she loved the pool.
Yeah.
She was always out in the pool. Do you ever know that she saved Isaac's life?
No.
We were over at your pool, and Isaac was like a baby. And we were kind of sitting like in the shallow end, and you guys were like playing or whatever. And all of a sudden, Isaac jumps in the deep end, and we looked, but Debbie caught it out of the corner of her eye, and she went over and like she scooped him up and saved him. Like had we not even been out there watching, but she just reached over and grabbed him.
What? I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah. So she saved Isaac's life. It may have been the summer before she passed. So it was like
Really?
pretty, or the year before, yeah.
Really?
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it either.
No, I mean so Isaac's 2 years younger than you.
Mhm.
So if he was probably maybe like 3 or maybe 5.
Yeah.
No, right around that time.
So it would have been right after we even
Yeah.
got the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. It was fairly new.
I didn't know that.
So I mean, she saved his life, and I just I mean, she was just amazing. And in fact, I always just kind of looked up to her. She was
Mhm.
very ambitious.
Yeah.
I think she became superintendent of her school district. She was a hard worker.
Mhm.
Even when she was going through chemo, she was
was
still going to
working.
work.
Yeah, I remember. I would go to work with her in the summer.
I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was more of a distraction or if she just wanted to keep working, like keep her
Yeah.
mind off things, keep going at it because she was gonna be fine. She was
Yeah.
gonna beat it.
Yeah. Well, actually, recently, one of her secretaries was preparing for retirement,
Mm-hmm.
and she had forwarded me and my dad some emails that she was clearing out her email inbox and everything, and she had forwarded me. I'll have to send them to you.
Yeah, I
But
wanna
she had
see
forwarded
that.
me some emails that mom had written and sent them, and a couple of them were like when she would come back from, treatment or
Yeah.
being in the hospital or something, and one of them was like, "I'm back."
Oh,
And so that was really cool to see those emails, and she
yeah.
just truly loved the people that she worked with.
She did.
Yeah, and everybody was amazing, and everyone
Yeah.
was
She
so
could be
supportive.
tough, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's amazing. And I just remember like growing up, I don't know like if you know this story, but so there's 3 daughters in our family. So I'm the youngest. There's my middle sister Angie, and there's my older sister Debbie.
Mhm.
And so they would babysit over the summer. So first of all, did you hear the barbecue story?
I don't think
So
so.
I don't know. Back in the day, you had like barbecue beef in like a can, and
Yes.
do you know the story?
I think I've heard it.
And you could just open it and we heat it up, and then you can make sandwiches out of it. So it's an easy lunch for us girls at home. My mom was working at the time. And so we come in, we had a pool, and we go inside to the pool from the pool, and Angie puts the can in the microwave to warm it up. Well, she grabs it out real quick, and the lid pops off and it explodes all over the kitchen. It gets caught in the ceiling fan, and so this barbecue sauce is getting flung everywhere, and we had a white cat. Do you remember the white cat?
No.
Your
I
your
only
dad bought your
remember
mom a white cat.
My dad bought a cat.
I think it was like Pebbles or something like that.
Really?
You didn't know about the white cat?
Is this the one that had kittens?
I don't know. It was a mean sucker. I do know that.
No,
Had
I don't
attitude.
remember. My
like-
dad used to always say his favorite cat was a dead one.
He
So
bought
that shocks me.
he bought your mom this big white fluffy cat.
Really?
And
I'll have
anyway,
to ask him
the
about it.
barbecue was fleeing, and the cat was covered in barbecue sauce. And we didn't want to get in trouble by grandma and grandpa, or grandma and grandpa, and so we scrubbed that kitchen. There was barbecue everywhere. Even when we did the remodel, we were still finding barbecue. It was so bad.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so that was one of the stories with them.
I didn't know that story.
Yeah. The other thing that they would do to me, so they were not nice to me all times. Like they were not angels. So we had to take turns. Like we would draw names for whatever room that we had. So it's either like you had the kitchen, bathroom, dining room, bedrooms, whatever. Every time I would get the kitchen and bathroom, which everyone knows those are the worst rooms you can
jobs.
get. Come to find out, they tricked me all these years. And I didn't find out until they were older that all of them said kitchen, bathroom. And then when they got out and they'd read it, they said, "Oh, I got the living room," and they would totally lie. So all these years, I had the kitchen and the bathroom, and they did it to me intentionally.
And you didn't catch on that it was like every time.
No, they were all these years. Like again, it was like a Christmas time when we were older that they finally fessed up. That's how long I believed.
Well, that's like the pumpkin pie.
Yes, the pumpkin pie. Sorry, Mom, we're gonna rat you out here.
Here, yep. So for years, she would always tell me I'm gonna make my special pumpkin pie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was a senior in high school.
And you found out it was Walmart.
I found out. I was like, oh, we came over for Thanksgiving, and I was helping her get stuff out, and it's like, oh, you didn't make your special pumpkin pie this year. And she kind of gave me a weird look, and she's like, what do you mean? Like, you bought it from Walmart.
Huh?
She just kind of gave me a look. She's like, I've never made the pumpkin pie. I've always bought it from Walmart.
And I don't think you eat the pumpkin pie anymore.
I don't eat it anymore. Nope.
It's the same pumpkin pie.
It's the same pumpkin pie. I just don't eat it out of spite. It made me so mad.
She thought it was like all this special pie.
I was like, she's making her special pumpkin pie. Like, she knows I love it.
yeah.
Nope.
We were
don't eat it
tricked
anymore.
growing up. So
Yeah.
So what's the future look like? Like what big plans?
Nothing right now. Just enjoying life.
Just enjoying life.
Yeah.
Are you still remodeling the house?
Yeah, there are still some, a few projects that we'd like to get done.
Okay.
I can see us being there for a while.
Yeah.
At least a few more years. We don't have any plans to go anywhere right now. Jake enjoys his job.
Mhm.
He loves working in surgery and being in the operating room. But yeah, we just like to enjoy life.
Yeah.
And we find joy in the small things.
But we got a couple concerts to go to still.
Yes, we do.
We're always looking for concerts. There are bands on the weekends. We were talking about a band this weekend that's coming up.
Yeah.
So we're always looking to hang out and hopefully
Just
we'll go to
enjoy
Oklahoma.
time together.
Yeah. Enjoy life. Like again,
Mhm.
slow down and just enjoy those
Yeah.
quiet moments, those little moments again and make memories.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being with me today. I'm sure all of you guys love her just as much as I do right now. But she's just fabulous. I can't wait to see where you go in the future.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. I see your mom in you, which is
Oh, I see her in you too.
yeah. She had a lot of influence on me, so I owe her a lot and but we're not gonna cry anymore.
No.
So this is it. This is it. But if somebody wanted to connect with you on LinkedIn,
You can find me as Annika Lochhead.
yeah,
Lochhead, Lochhead.
you can connect with her there. And thank you so much for making
Thank
the
you
trip.
for having me.
And thank you for listening to the ONG SWAT. Thank you for joining us for this special edition of Get to Know Your Host. And make sure you subscribe, make sure you listen, make sure you share, and you'll catch us next time. And thank you for listening. We'll just take a glass real quick. Cheers. Cheers. There's coffee in the mugs.
Mhm.